NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Tonight, the New York Knicks taking on the Boston Celtics. The Knicks able to win the opening tip, and we're underway here at Madison Square Garden. That's out of... Substitutions. Into the front court comes Smith. Down 2. For 3. It's rebounded by the Celtics. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Leads a bucket. Give it to him. Kemba Walker missed his first. That one goes.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Smith now into the front court. Now down 6. To Julius Randle. Nothing going here on that drive. New York with 4 to shoot to Dennis Smith Jr. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
It's Boston with the rebound. To Walker. Here's a chance from long range. That won't go. To Julius Randle. Missed that one. His coach cannot be a happy camper.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Nothing going here on that drive. To Julius Randle. From the outside, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Timeout here for the Knicks as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Smith with it up top. Down a dozen.
Here we go.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. To Dennis Smith Jr. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
The okey-doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Boston with the basketball. Walker. To Hayward. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Down low for Gibson. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Smith with the basketball. Down 12. Gets it in the left corner. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. And a pass stolen by Boston to Kemba Walker. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Dennis Smith Jr. sends it away. Goes reverse to lay it in.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Smith into the front court. 14-point deficit. The drive right to the basket. Down the lane to lay it in.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Walker into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. To Dennis Smith Jr. Stuffs it down with authority.
And 2 years ago, I was sitting in the draft room absolutely shocked that Dennis Smith went at 9 in the draft. And when I think about this young man's game, he is just scratching the surface of what he can do. He finished tied for 4th among rookies in scoring last season, and I guarantee you his game is going to continuously go to different levels.
Number 3, New York Knicks are in the penalty. Substitutions, New York.
Taj Gibson sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
To Hayward. Easy path to the rim.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
The possession lies with New York. To Gibson. Almost unlucky bounce.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer, the Knicks clear the board. That ends the first quarter with the Celtics in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Substitutions, Boston. Substitutions, New York.
Hayden. Down to Randall. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Into the front court, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Possession lies with New York. Nice finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Greg Monroe able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Big finish that time for Julius Randle.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Driving right to the basket. And it's Monroe with the rebound. Payton with the basketball. Leads just a point. To Monroe. The big guy, Greg Monroe. He's 2 for 2 now.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Celtics have it. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Payton into the front court. His team up by 1. And scores. Strong take.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Gets a shot up. Off the mark. The screen sets him up for 2.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
Walker with the basketball. Down 5. Nothing going here on that drive. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall. Randall's shot won't go. To Jaylen Brown. It's a big finish.
Used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
To Payton. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't connect. It's no good. To Walker. And he scores. Jay, how do you stop that?
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense. Short jumper won't fall.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
To Walker. Greg Monroe pins it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Kemba Walker trying to cash in on a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw try, off the mark. Couldn't keep.
Substitutions, New York. Substitutions, Boston.
Marcus Morris snatching it out of the air.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their...
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation.
Back up.
Nothing going here on that drive. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on.
And a putback slam.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
New York Knicks basketball. Hayward to Cantor. Rebound taken by the Knicks. Goes to the left side. To Taj Gibson. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Taj Gibson at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter.
My ball. Shut up.
Can't connect.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Deep right corner. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Celtics have it.
I got him.
Here comes the screen. Andre Iguodala rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Gibson. Taj Gibson above the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Marcus Morris. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Rebounds pulled down by New York.
Oh, yes.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Taj Gibson. He's now 5 for 6.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Time to shuffle things up.
For the Celtics, number 11, Enes Kanter.
Runner here won't go down.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Taj Gibson.
2 minutes remaining. in the third quarter.
To Marcus Morris. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Cantor, and his Cantor above the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Knicks with the basketball. Down low for Gibson with the flush, taking on all comers.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Iguodala to bring it up. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. So the Knicks keep possession. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. New York with 4 to shoot. Going to launch beyond the arc. Off the mark. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
Hey, lock up.
Taj Gibson with a piece.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Deep 2 there, won't go. No time left on this quarter. The Knicks have the lead. The Knicks to inbound here to start the fourth quarter. And
the Knicks got the win in a close game. You ask? See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.